Welcome to episode 51 of the Play Free podcast, a practical guide for basketball fear. Before we dive in, if you're finding value in these episodes, please rate our podcast 5 stars, share it with a teammate, post it on your Instagram story, or start doing the work by grabbing our new Play Free Your Mind journal on Amazon. You can check it out in the link in our show notes. And if you're proud to be mastering your mental game, head to playfreethreads.com to get yourself some Play Free merch. In today's episode, I wanted to share a simple tool or a series of tools to help you play free and find your center. This comes from conversations I've had with athletes every week. It's about recognizing when you're triggered during a game, practice, or even a conversation with a coach or teammate. Many athletes don't understand why they get triggered or fall into patterns that don't serve their game. This can lead to frustration, especially for those players who've already started working on their mindset and mental game. If you're here, you're already on the journey, and this back and forth is normal in learning. So I want to see if you can hear this message. Nobody in the game disrespects you. No teammate, no coach, no opponent hurts you. Everything they say or do is reflecting something back to you. It's showing you what's already inside. When you're triggered on the court by a mistake, being benched, a harsh comment, these are just echoes of your past, old wounds of pain, shame, or doubt from your childhood coming back. They're surfacing not to blame others or to complain, but to show where you still need to do some work. Every challenge, every moment of adversity, every frustration on the court is an opportunity to grow and heal your game. You are the player you are today because of everything you've been through. And instead of seeing it as disrespect or criticism, see the game and the people around you as your greatest teachers, triggering what's already inside, helping you grow. This is your map, your navigation to use basketball to transform layer by layer. And when you commit to that work, no opponent, no referee, no missed shot can shake you. You're developing unshakable confidence, a mindset where nothing on the court can move you. You're peeling back layers, and through that process, as painful as it can be sometimes, you're becoming unstoppable. Now, I want to introduce you to a concept that we use with our play-free athletes. It's called shadow work, and it was developed by Carl Jung, a psychotherapist, psychologist, a pioneering theorist of the school of analytical psychology. And it's about confronting the parts of yourself that you often hide, like traumas or resentments. And one of my favorite quotes from Carl Jung is, "Who looks outside dreams. Who looks inside awakes. Until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life and you will call it fate. I am not what happened to me. I am what I choose to become." For basketball players, shadow work helps you recognize your triggers and the patterns that follow you from practice to practice, game to game. It's being honest about how these patterns have developed, how they've helped you in the past, but now may be limiting you in the present. Once you're aware, without judgment, you create space to respond, to take powerful action with your game. Instead of just reacting, you're recognizing you've been had, that you were caught on it, and now you can bring yourself out of it instead of sinking deeper into the fear like you've done before. And you may even get to the point of giggling, which sounds kind of crazy, but because you're able to stop it in its tracks, you instead stop taking yourself so seriously and begin to take the game seriously. The game of transformation, the game of connection to yourself. And a quick plug, a great way to start is with our Free Your Mind journal, where you can uncover these limiting beliefs and start turning them into empowering ones. It doesn't matter if you're a coach or an athlete or a parent listening to this right now. This journal has helped countless people around the world of all kinds have personal breakthroughs. So now, let's talk about some of the common patterns that are holding people back. This may help you see where you've been stuck. 1, fear of failure, avoiding risk, hesitating during crucial moments. 2, perfectionism, believing you need to be perfect to succeed, spiraling over minor mistakes. 3, external validation, depending on praise from coaches or the media to feel confident. 4, fear of judgment, holding back to avoid criticism from coaches or teammates. 5, overthinking, analyzing every move and moment, which leads to paralysis on the court. 6, negative self-talk, criticizing yourself after mistakes, which erodes confidence. 7, comparing yourself to others, losing sight of your progress by focusing on others. 8, fear of success, avoiding success due to pressure and expectations it brings. 9, avoiding conflict, dodging tough conversations, leading to unresolved tensions. 10, playing to please, focusing too much on meeting others' expectations instead of your own. 11, inconsistent confidence, letting recent performances dictate too much for how you feel about your game. 12, fixed mindset, believing your skills are set in stone and avoiding growth. Taking a moment to reflect on all of these patterns and determining which resonates most with you. Is there a specific pattern that's been most consistent recently? And knowing that as you uncover your patterns, these aren't signs that something is wrong with you. They're opportunities for growth, material to work with. These patterns don't define you. They're just habits or responses that you've built up over time. And the good news is that you can change them. You can completely change your life. So once you're aware, it doesn't stop there, because it's easy to get even more stuck on the stuff if you don't have a process. So that's why I'm here. And over the next few minutes, I'm going to make some suggestions. Once you see patterns happening in real time, the first step is slowing down and not trying to do anything crazy, just seeing them for what they are, how they are developing, and noticing the changes that are happening in your body when you're triggered and going through the patterns. So the subtle changes with your heartbeat, your breathing, tightening or loosening in the body, the tension, the temperature, warming or cooling, or hot spots, or maybe numbness. If you're struggling to slow down, what I want you to do is maybe jump up and down, move your body, breathe powerfully in through your nose, and then let it go out through your mouth. Shake your arms and legs, flex your feet and let go. Maybe drink some water. The process in this moment, listening to this episode while being calm and centered, is give or take 10 steps, and I'm going to outline them. 1, identify your dominant pattern. Take a moment to reflect on which pattern is showing up the most in your game right now. Is it fear of judgment? Is it holding back from fully expressing yourself on the court? Or maybe it's external validation, where you're riding the wave of confidence based on what your coach or teammates say. Once you've identified it, write it down. 2, understand where it comes from. Every pattern has a root. Ask yourself, when did I first feel this way? What situation or person made me believe that I needed to act or feel this way? What was I trying to prove or gain by doing this? Sometimes it goes back to a moment when you were younger, maybe missing a big shot or feeling embarrassed after a mistake. 3, flip the script. Once you've identified the pattern and where it comes from, reframe it. For example, if you've been avoiding risk because of fear of failure, flip the script. Instead of thinking, I can't make a mistake, tell yourself, I am worthy of success, and trust myself to perform, even in the face of mistakes. Saying these words refocuses your attention and can bring you back to your center. This is a clear intention for how you want to play the game. Don't only say the intention, but make this intention a part of your routine. Start to think about how you can play this out. This is the guiding force within you. 4, take small, consistent steps. You don't have to change everything overnight, so start small. For example, if you're working on fear of judgment, pick one practice where you can focus entirely on practicing your game and not worrying about what the coach or teammates might think of you. Or if you're battling with perfectionism, give yourself permission to make mistakes during a drill and then move on without dwelling on it. These small victories will build up over time, and soon enough, you'll notice a shift in your consciousness and your confidence. 5, bring self-compassion to the court. Be gentle with yourself. The goal isn't perfection, it's progress. When you recognize a pattern in the moment, congratulate yourself for noticing it. The awareness alone is a huge step forward. And when things don't go your way, remind yourself this is part of my journey and I'm getting stronger every day. Treat yourself with the same compassion you'd show to a teammate who's struggling. And speak to yourself like you're speaking to the younger version that didn't get the words of support that you needed. Your relationship with yourself is just as important as your relationship with the game of basketball. 6, visualize success alongside your inner child. This one's powerful. As you take action, picture your younger self watching you. Imagine you're guiding them through the changes that you're making. When you take a risk or overcome a challenge, visualize them feeling proud, feeling supported. This reinforces that the growth you're experiencing now is healing those old wounds. You're not just doing it for your current self, you're doing it for the version of you that needed it back then. 7, shift your focus to what builds you up. Whenever you catch yourself falling into an old pattern, redirect your focus to something that builds you up. If you're caught in negative self-talk after missing a shot, pause and shift your attention on what you did well. Maybe it's your defense or your energy. Don't let your mind stay stuck on what went wrong. 8, journal your progress. Use a journal, whether it's our Free Your Mind journal or something else, to let your mind wander through writing, witnessing your thoughts, your patterns, and your progress from a different perspective. Write down moments you felt triggered, how you responded, how you could approach it differently next time. Over time, you'll start to notice patterns fading and new habits emerging. This reflection will keep you accountable and allow you to see how far you've come. This is a huge part of training the mind. 9, celebrate small wins. Every step forward is worth celebrating. Did you take a shot you normally would have hesitated on? That's a win. Did you notice negative self-talk and redirect it? Another win. Celebrate these moments no matter how small they seem. This keeps your mind positive and reinforces that you're growing. When you celebrate progress, you're rewiring your brain to focus on success rather than dwelling on mistakes. 10, stay accountable. Whether it's with a coach, a teammate, or through journaling, stay accountable to this process. Share your intentions and progress with someone who supports you. You don't have to do it alone. So let others in to help you to stay on track, to keep pushing yourself toward unshakable confidence. Remember, this process is about using basketball to transform. It's a tool to heal, to grow, and build a mindset for life. By understanding your patterns, reframing your thoughts, and taking small steps every day, you're setting yourself up for success, not just in the game, but in life. If you're feeling ready to take your mental game to the next level, grab our journal or message me on Instagram with the word lead at playfreeball. Let's see if you're the right fit for our mentorship program and take this work to a deeper level. Thanks for tuning in. Keep doing the work, and I'll talk to you soon.